So ManageEngine was discovered by one of my colleagues. Basically ran into them at a conference. We were looking at different tools and say, hey, what is this? We were looking at shifting from another vendor because of the rising cost to manage it. And we had more systems and the pricing was getting a bit unmanageable. And so we were also looking for a partner that had all the tools that we needed. And ManageEngine at the time seemed to fit the bill. And today it still does. And ManageEngine has been great about pricing and renewals and keeping up with that. So, that's why I say ManageEngine has moved more from a vendor to a partner. And and a partnership is a two-way thing. We're a customer, we provide our feedback, but the partner's also giving us feedback on what they're doing and where we're doing and kind of where they're moving, and what direction things are going within the organization. So my name is Nick Zapata. I'm the Director of IT for HealthTexas Medical Group. So I oversee all the technologies, infrastructure, security stack. We're kind of a small and lean team. So I'm the director, but I also back up as part of one of our system engineers. So the number one priority within HealthTexas is the patient. It's providing the best patient care to the community and the surrounding areas. So HealthTexas is very patient-driven. The number one thing that HealthTexas is focusing on trying to keep the population that we serve as healthy as possible. And so essentially, when you're sick, if you don't feel well, your primary care PCP, that's the group that I work for. We have multiple locations geographically spread throughout San Antonio, Schertz, and Bernie. IT is extremely important for HealthTexas. So a few examples of technology in healthcare is one is going to be probably one of the most important applications that we have to support is our EMR. It's an electronic medical record system. That system is supported by multiple teams. One of them is going to be the IT team, and then we have an application-specific team that is dedicated to the application stack, that we serve. So ManageEngine has been instrumental for us in the success of the IT department. So we use multiple tools within the ManageEngine platform. The one that we started working with is our operation manager. That allowed us to add systems and do alerting and monitoring. So proactively, if a service went down, if a system is running low on storage and portions of that, then we would use that tool. Then we extend it out to the application manager, which is giving us a much granular level of insight into the system, services, disk space utilization, IO, the IOPS that are running on the disk, portions of that. And another one that's been a huge help for us is going to be NetFlow. And so we now have upgraded to a new version of Op Manager and consolidated NetFlow and Op Manager into one single platform. Op Manager we use, Application Manager is that we're using, NetFlow we use, AD Manager Plus, AD Audit Plus, Endpoint Central, and we recently added the security stack in them, Event Log Analyzer, and we are also using the AD Self-Service Plus tool, the free version right now. We're looking at that piece of that. So we're looking at expanding, and we're also looking right now at assessing other tools like with PAM 360 on the security stack. Some of my favorites, me personally, being a director, but also a technical resource for the team, is going to be Op Manager and then NetFlow. And those two systems are really important for us. And so periodically, and sometimes we'll have a user that says, they're having some performance degradation. And we'll say, okay, what type of issues? They're saying, is it slowness? What's happening? And how many users are being impacted? They'll say, okay, everyone here is being slow. So we immediately will launch the Op Manager application, drill down into it, and we have specific dashboards for every site. Then if we see an increase on bandwidth utilization, then we'll take that and move down to another product, which is NetFlow. And then we'll actually drill down to the NetFlow portion of it. And then we can actually, at that point, we can see the utilization move up. And then we like the fact that we can actually drill down to specifics, and you can do an IP lookup or reverse DNS lookup and look at the name of the actual system. And we can see this specific system is using X amount of bandwidth, which allows us to go to that system now and actually go and drill down specifically what stream and what flow that they're using, and saying, hey, this person is actually downloading a file that's impacting the network. Why is it happening, and what they're doing, and can we stop them there? So that's an amazing feature that we we use pretty often, and it's very sophisticated. The fact, and we've trained our services team now to do something that typically our network engineer would be doing, but we like to cross-pollinate and make sure people can do more. So it's been great for us. Endpoint Central is a great product. I mean, once we implemented that, that was instrumental in understanding what's happening on the endpoints. Now we have agents deployed on every single. Now ManageEngine has gone to a single agent that's being used on multiple systems in there. So we have one agent that's being deployed to the system. And at that point, when the agent is being deployed, Endpoint Central is now ingesting all of this data, the telemetry that's coming into it. So now we can get, last time it was rebooted, what's the patch level, what vulnerabilities we have, what ports are open. And it gives us a much broader view of what's happening in the network on every device that it has access to. It allows us to, we use it daily for patching. We use it for vulnerabilities. It's given us a great insight, and adding the security stack feature that we just recently added, we're still maturing within it, gives us a better insight on our vulnerability risk and how we can mitigate those risks and quickly respond to those. There's a lot of perks and positive to it. So one, having a single pane of glass and having all your tool set working within the same ecosystem was a huge benefit. Some of the challenges we had to start is managing all your assets. It's hard to secure assets that you don't know that are out there. And so by allowing ManageEngine to deploy the agent and then basically deploy it to everything on the network and then ingest all of those assets, it's giving us a better view. It's like, I didn't know this system was even there, you know? And then now in real time, my services team can get specific analytics from serial numbers, data purchase that it's pulling directly from the system was a huge benefit. So we're not having to filter through old spreadsheets and documentation that we have. We're putting it live from the actual system. Any healthcare entity has to adhere by HIPAA. HIPAA's a set of rules and regulations that we all have to abide by. The difficulty part with HIPAA, it's not very black or white. It's gray in a lot of areas. And so we have to make sure that we're adhering to all those rules and regulations and making sure that any data is encrypted, whether it's in transit or at rest, making sure that we follow to the compliance and regulations that we have, and continue to mature within our security stack. And so ManageEngine has been a great tool that's allowed us to continue to grow within the security program that we have set out. You can get a new credit card if there's a breach, and they're gonna give you another credit card with a different credit card number. If there's a breach on patient data, someone's not gonna go back and change their social security number, their blood type, information that's in there. That's all of these things are part of the medical record. Your medical history that you have from when you're a child, if that's been exposed or leaked, that's something that can't be changed on that. So securing the data and making sure that we always think the patient data security is always forefront and top of mind, that's gonna be the most important thing for us. So security within healthcare is always our number one.